So you're concerned about making a move and living here in Wheaton, Illinois, and you probably stumbled upon this town as you were looking up different Chicago suburbs, or you were just like, I don't really feel like living in Naperville. And I've helped a lot of families down in their search and make a move here to Wheaton, Illinois. And as a lifelong resident in the area, I kind of know all the pros and cons of what it's like living here. So in today's video, we're doing just that, and we're getting after it right now. Welcome back or welcome to the channel. I'm Brandon, and I make videos just like this about what it's like living, playing, and everything else between here in the Chicagoland area. And if you're concerned making a move here, whether it be next week or next year, my team and I'd be absolutely honored to serve you. Call, text, you, and email info down below in the description because we're full-time realtors here, and we can help out with that. The first pro I want to talk about when it comes to living here in Wheaton, Illinois is the location here. You're about 30 miles west of the best city in the world, aka Chicago, and if you're taking a drive there, it's about 40 minutes to an hour, depending on whether or not you hit traffic. If you didn't want to make the drive down there, you can always take the metro line that I'll post below in the description for the schedule. But Wheaton, Illinois actually boasts two locations for the metro line, one in downtown and one next to the college as well, aka Wheaton College. It also makes it a great option if you work in the city of Chicago, but you really don't want that hustle and bustle out there in the city, and you just want to make the commute, or you were only working in the city once or twice a month. Wheaton makes it a great option as well. And in terms of proximity to the other great Chicago suburbs in the area, like Naperville, Glen Ellen, Elmhurst, and Hinsdale, and all the other surrounding suburbs, Wheaton boasts this tremendous location and proximity to those downtown and different suburbs as well. So you can kind of enjoy the best of all the worlds. And you can see on the map right here, Wheaton is kind of centrally located, like I said, to all those different suburbs, as well as close proximity to the city of Chicago. And look, with that first pro, I have to throw a little spin and hit you guys with a con, but at the end of the day, Wheaton is not Chicago. And I mean, if you are from the Chicagoland area like me, a lot of people, when they get asked from out-of-state people or they're traveling or something like that, a lot of times if you live in the suburbs, a lot of times people are saying that, hey, I'm from the city of Chicago, and you're not. You're from Wheaton, Illinois, you're from Naperville, Illinois, you're from Glen Ellen, but a lot of people just typically say that they're from the city of Chicago, but truthfully, the city of Chicago is not Wheaton, Illinois, and Wheaton, Illinois is not the city of Chicago. And at the end of the day, the city is Chicago, the suburbs in the area around here surrounding Wheaton, nothing's going to compare to Chicago, truthfully. But I am biased, and I think the city of Chicago is the best city in the world. And like I said, living here in Wheaton or any of the surrounding suburbs, you get easy access to the city of Chicago kind of whenever you want to make easy day trips or, great staycations to get away for the weekend. So you always have easy access there, and you're going to kind of just out of that hustle and bustle, which is, a good thing for some people. The next pro I want to talk about that kind of combats that con that Wheaton is not the city of Chicago is that we have downtown Wheaton here. And for the past couple of years and so, is that downtown Wheaton has been doing some incredible things to the downtown area that, makes me love it every single day. The other week, we actually had a concert here in the city at Memorial Park with country singer Jay Allen, who's pretty big, honestly, and we raised up a lot of money for Alzheimer's, and that just goes to show is that, Wheaton kind of attracts a lot of, great people, great organizations, and, concerts in the park is always a cool thing that's happening in downtown Wheaton. Great places to grab and eat, well, in my opinion, kind of like my favorites are 302 Wheaton, Burger Social, Giamia, Hale Street Cantina, and there's a ton of other places like Movable Feast. And when it comes to ice cream, because I'm always eating ice cream like every single day, downtown Wheaton has Kimmer's, they have Graham's ice cream, as well as they have Kilwin. So you kind of have an assortment of different places to grab ice cream. And if you're from the Wheaton area already, drop a comment down below and let me know which one's your favorite place to get ice cream. And you better not say Andy's Custard. Something that I absolutely love about downtown Wheaton is that they do every single year since the pandemic started was that on Hale Street, kind of where all those, big restaurants, like I said, like Burger Social and Giamia, is that from, early summer to about early fall, is that they close down Hale Street and they put up these huge tents over there to go along Hale Street. And the cool thing about it is that Every restaurant, every place to grab a bite to eat, they have, tables and chairs outside and, just for outdoor dining. And whenever you're there in the evenings, the weekends, or kind of just really whenever, lunch, dinner and stuff like that, you can always see a ton of people just hanging out, having a good time, grabbing a bite to eat, and it's making the town, that much more lively. And real quick, like I said, I make a lot of videos just like this about what's like living, playing, and everything else in between here in the Chicagoland area. So if you haven't yet and you enjoy this content, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, and leave a like, because it'll tell YouTube I'm doing a good job at making this video kind of thing. And really, it kind of just takes a few seconds to do it. So if you can help me out, that would be incredible. Also, when it comes to living here in Wheaton, Illinois, comparing it to just Illinois and the US as well, Wheaton is kind of more on the expensive end when it comes to living. And I'll actually pop something up on the screen right now that, puts the US at 100, aka the average, and they're comparing the US average to Illinois as a whole, as well as the town of Wheaton. Wheaton, Illinois as a 129.2, and when you compare to the state of Illinois, Wheaton is much more on the pricier end compared to Illinois. And then when you look at the country at the US average of 100, it's about 29 points there as well. And a big thing on this is kind of the real estate here and the price of homes. So basically this chart, this screen that I'm popping up on the screen right now, they say that the average sales price in Wheaton is about $381,000. And from the research and the data that I look into every single day, I want to tell you guys that the average sales price is more around the $460K ballpark. And it really just depends on kind of where you live. There's much more affordable options if you're looking at townhomes, condos, or, ranch living homes. And there are homes that are, surpassing the 800, 900K, $1 million plus range. So kind of everywhere in the Wheaton area, there's something for you to kind of choose from, and there's a strong rental market here as well if you're looking to rent. Then the other category that is significant to bump Wheaton's rating at a 129.2 is the miscellaneous tab. And the miscellaneous tab, kind of talks about with shopping as well as restaurants as well. And, it's a pro and a con, especially for my pockets and everything like that, because I'm going out to eat like every single day, honestly, either with colleagues, friends, or, some of my clients. But, like I said, there's some great places to eat here. The cool thing about Wheaton, Illinois as well is, there's a ton of different grocery stores, from Whole Foods, Mariano's, Jewel Osco, so you kind of got your choice to that as well. But yeah, that one con that I just had to, squeeze in here real quick is kind of the affordability in Wheaton when you compare to, other places in the state of Illinois, as well as, the US average. But honestly, when you compare Wheaton to towns like Hinsdale, Burridge, Naperville, Wheaton is definitely more the affordable option compared to those. And while the housing is a little more expensive, the big reason for that is because the demand is so high here, and a lot of people want to relocate here to Wheaton, Illinois. And a lot of times the phone calls that I'm getting with people, relocating here to the area or just moving in and out and around the Chicagoland area here to Wheaton is because of the schools here. Wheaton belongs to District 200, and according to niche.com, they actually rank it an A+, which I'll link down below in the description if you want to do further research on the schools. And when it comes to Wheaton, Illinois, we have 13 elementary schools here, 4 middle schools, as well as 2 public high schools. And the 2 public high schools are Wheaton Warrenville South as well as Wheaton North. And a good indicator on which high school you'll kind of end up is that Roosevelt Road runs east and west. And if you're on the north side of Roosevelt, you're typically going to Wheaton North. And if you're on the south side of Roosevelt, you're going to Wheaton Warrenville South. If schools is huge on your list as well, and you have little ones, and you're looking at a specific elementary or middle school, reach out, because I can help you get really dialed in on your search. Call, text, shoot me an email. My info is down below in the description. But yeah, a huge pro when it comes to living here in Wheaton is the highly rated public schools here in Wheaton, Illinois. And these 2 pros and cons right here are kind of just my personal opinion, honestly. And what I love, about living here in Wheaton, because I know a lot of you guys that have watched my videos before know that I'm, raised my whole life in Glen Ellen, which is the neighboring town to the east, but I currently reside in Wheaton, Illinois. My parents still live in Glen Ellen. But what I love about Wheaton is kind of just the accessibility to kind of everything I want, from places to eat, grocery stores, like I said earlier in the video, like Mariano's, Whole Foods, stuff like that. There's some good things happening, like we have a J. Crew factory store, there's a Sierra Trading Post, places to grab clothes, downtown areas, and easy, access if I wanted to get to Naperville, Illinois, downtown Naperville, or anything along those other suburbs as well. And at the end of the day, that one con that, I have to say is kind of the lack of nightlife here in Wheaton. I mean, there's much more, bars and stuff like that, and like downtown Naperville, more nightlife in Oak Brook. And in my opinion, I feel like downtown Glen Ellen has, more nightlife as well. But like I said, with the pro that I just mentioned, with the accessibility to the other suburbs, and if I want to go to the city of Chicago, I can always just take an easy drive, or take the train if I was having a few alcoholic beverages or anything like that. But while lack of nightlife is kind of just my one con here, there's so many great things to do here in Wheaton, Illinois. And if you're watching this video and you're from the area right now, let me know what you love about what's like living here in Wheaton. And if you're considering making a move or living here in Wheaton, Illinois, reach out, because my team and I would be absolutely honored to serve you. We have a ton of families relocate to the area. You can call, text, shoot me an email. My information is down below in the description. And if you enjoyed this content, let me know what you guys want to see next. Drop a comment down below. Hit the subscribe button, leave a like, watch one of these videos up here, and I will see you guys on the next video.